Yo, what up guys? We are back with budget heroes yet again, but this time I did change it up a bit to be able to combat the new format and some of the decks you'll be seeing. And I personally think that this deck will be better than the last budget deck, so let's get into it. Alright, starting off, we're going to start strong. 1 elemental hero Stratos. This actually is not your strongest card, funny enough, for this deck, because there are some better normal summons in the deck, and Stratos is just kind of the thing that is a buy needed kind of basis, and you're going to see why with the next few cards. Alright, next card, 2 Shadow Mist. Shadow Mist is very good. Search when it gets sent to the grave, or if it's special summon, get that mash change. We're gonna be playing 2. Don't want to be able to don't want to see it, every single time in the hand, because we'll be able to dump it off Fusion Destiny sometimes if we need it. But 2 is very good here. Next we have 2 Solid Soldier, bumped down from the 3 from the budget deck, I believe, last time. Solid Soldier able to get multiple heroes on the field, maybe start some link plays from that, and it's just overall very good. But you do have better options sometimes, and Solid Soldier is there for you know, the E calls if you want to combo off in that direction. Then we have Honest Neos. Honest Neos, just a staple. Great for keeping you alive from battle, and also great for going for the win. I mean, not much else to say here. Searchable, pretty easy to access with just 1. Right now, the Destiny heroes. Come on, 2 Malicious. No need to say anything more about Malicious here. Let's just move on. Plasma. Plasma is still very good in my opinion. This deck, even though it's budget, is still able to summon Plasma more times than you would think, even with the 3 materials for tributing to special summon. Plasma is just sometimes outright beats you know, certain boards or decks. So Plasma is still a must, and it's still a Destiny hero for Fusion Destiny if you you know, still need to use Fusion Destiny. Playing 1 Dreamer, kind of a weird card to include, but since it's budget, we need some cheap cards, and Destiny heroes is probably the best option where we're gonna go cheap cards because they do work well. The Link Muster, Cross Crusader works well with Destiny heroes, and of course Fusion Destiny for more names if you happen to draw more than 1 Fusion Destiny. Now we're gonna go on to Drill Dark. Because we are playing so many Destiny heroes, Drill Dark will be able to special summon the other Destiny heroes off of your normal summon, or maybe even go Solid Soldier, special summon Drill Dark, special summon a Destiny hero, get 3 on board, stuff like that. We're only running 2 Drill Dark because we don't necessarily always want to see a Drill Dark, but seeing 1 in hand with another Destiny hero is pretty good. And also, again, tons of Destiny hero materials to be able to Fusion Destiny constantly if we draw those. Playing the 1 Celestial, I don't think we need to play 2 because the hero grind game isn't all it's, you know, made out to be, but the 1 Celestial does help you possibly recover, and if it goes past the 2 Celestials, then I highly doubt you'll have anything left in the tank to actually be able to win. So I think the 1 Celestial is good enough here. Dynatag here, you are able to special summon this off Drill Dark, remember that. And also it does feel your Dystopia to be able to pop, and also maybe helps keep your Plasma alive, or, you know, just helps you go for game with the extra 1k. It does have a hand effect too if that ever happens to come up, so keep that in mind too. Alright, here we go. Best normal summon of the deck, Vision Hero Vion. I mean, crazy effect. When summoned, you can send a hero from deck to grave, and also you can banish a hero to add a polymerization to your hand, just like that. Vion is the card you're going to want to be normal summoning. Preferably, you would also want to be able to do Solid Soldier into Vion, and, you know, make plays like that. And the poly is very essential to be able to get the damage on the field. But we will be playing, well, you'll be saying the ratio later, actually. Alright, we do run Effect Veilers, cheap hand trap. Doesn't, you know, work on all decks, but works on most decks, you know, and sometimes it kind of functions as an Ash sometimes, because some decks will do like a normal summon that searches, so say like Cyber Dragon Core, normal summon, search, you know, Cybernetic Overflow, Effect Veiler can stop that. You know, it's just a cheaper version, and you could possibly switch this out for, you know, other options like DD Crow or Skullmeister, but you could just put that in the side deck. But I think Effect Veiler works pretty well enough for what it is. All right, here we go. Onto the spells. 3 emergency call. I mean, we can play more of E-Call, so we play less of the elemental heroes. So these kind of are like pseudo elemental heroes if you think about it, and also could work as a Ash bait too. All right, here we go. One of the best parts of this deck, we are playing Super Poly, because not many decks can actually use Super Poly to its full potential, but heroes can actually use it very, very well. Not as well as, you know, like Shadal, but heroes can definitely use Super Poly, and, you know, even decks that you don't think Super Poly is good on, it actually sometimes works out. I mean, I've been able to use it on Altergeist of all decks with Super Poly, so you never know. Super Poly is very good. Play 3, and definitely when heroes get cheaper with reprints, Super Poly will still be used for sure. Alright, next power card we have here, Fusion Destiny. Play starter for Destiny heroes, 100% amazing. Do keep in mind it does lock you into dark heroes. I sometimes forget that. Hopefully I haven't made any legal plays off of it. But Fusion Destiny, so good. Be able to dump, you know, 3 or 2 Destiny heroes, or maybe even dump Shadow Mist to search. It's just so good in all these situations, and you know, you're definitely gonna want to be seeing this as an opening play, and it'll just carry you for sure. All right, here we are. Triple Mash Change and Mash Change 2. We're gonna be probably going into Dark Law turn 1 because Plasma is a little bit harder without the expensive Vision heroes. So Mash Change 2 is just to give it a little bit more consistency to draw the 1 in hand. And also, we do have a little bit of plays with Solid Soldier, Special Summon, Shadow Mist. So you kind of have like a fairly, you know, 50%-ish way of getting to Mash Change turn 1. And Mash Change also just helps with getting in damage to end the game faster. So very nice pickup here, and also cheap too. Alright, 1-ups. The hero lives. Not much to say about this. It also counts as a Mash Change because Shadow Mist, and it just helps you get a hero on board or searching. Monster Reborn, a cheap card that could possibly help you, you know, win the game, or maybe recur some resources, or maybe even get the Mash Change too, because Shadow Mist. But Monster Reborn, cheap, you know. We're playing Miracle Fusion here. Bear with me. We're playing Miracle Fusion because we play Super Poly. You're going to be able to see why we were playing Miracle Fusion once we get to the extra deck here. Alright, Rhoda, but come on, it's Rhoda. Then 2 Polymerization. Our main plays will be off Fusion monsters, so seeing 2 and having 2 in the deck, if we use the 1, we know we still have 1 left in the deck. So we are fine with hard drawing it sometimes, and other times Vion will be able to search for us anyways. So the 2 works pretty well in my opinion. Alright, now on to the extra deck. Here's our Link monsters. Cross Crusader, amazing. You can revive a Destiny hero in your grave. And remember, if you Fusion Destiny something like Dystopia, you will be able to bring it back with Cross Crusader. That's one of our big plays right there, to be able to continuously keep fighting. So that's why we play 2 Cross Crusader. And Dread Decimator will be able to boost the attack of our heroes on board to either go for game or protect us from dying to battle as easily. For our Mass Change targets, we're just going to be running 2 Dark Law. I thought about running some of the other masked heroes, but I feel like those didn't really come out as often, and Dark Law was mainly the one I've been going into constantly, not really any of the others. And Dark Law is just a good turn 1, or probably the best turn 1 that heroes can do actually. Alright, we're playing Trinity here. Trinity is one of our ways to be able to end games. You could also play Adoration, so this is kind of a preference thing. I feel like Trinity will come up more because of all the different polymerization targets that we're running, so we don't need to run Adoration. Alright, on to our Destiny hero targets. Dangerous and Dystopia. You could play Dominance, but you would have to take out one of the other Super Poly targets that I'm running. But Dystopia, Very nice, very strong. Got a burn effect on summon if you send a Celestial to the grave or Jewel Dark. And also, Dangerous will be able to, you'll be able to use Shadow Mist and a Destiny hero. So Shadow Mist and Malicious most likely to be able to get that search and get a Malicious on board. And these are just great targets overall. And Dystopia has that pop effect when his attack is changed. Right now, onto our Super Poly targets. We have a bunch here. But we're going to go with the generic ones we're playing. Starving Venom and Mud Dragon of the Swamp. These are very generic. And most of the time, these two will be able to be, used with your Super Poly. A lot of the times, I've been able to Super Poly opponents with Mud Dragon when, normally they wouldn't be able to because, we have a lot of different elements in our Elemental Hero deck, or different attributes, I guess you could say. The Mud Dragon of the Swamp does actually work more often than you might think. Alright, and now on to the other Elemental Heroes. So these are the other Super Poly targets. Escuridao, Elemental Hero in Dark, The Shining, Elemental Hero in Light, Absolute Zero, any hero and a Water, and Great Tornado, Elemental Hero and Wind. So playing Great Tornado, there's a couple of wind monsters I can think of might be a problem, such as like Apollosa. Absolute Zero, there are some water decks I'm thinking are gonna come up eventually, maybe not yet, but it's still very good. Still a very good target for Super Poly. You could take Absolute Zero out for the dominance, Destiny Hero dominance instead. The Shining, there's plenty of light targets, Cyber Dragon, Mechaba, stuff like that. And Escuridao, you'll be able to Miracle Fuse actually to make Escuridao a lot of the times to go for game, or Super Poly works too. And for the final extra deck monster, Elemental Hero Sunrise, the most expensive extra deck hero, I think. It's just amazing. So typically, you're gonna Poly into Sunrise, search Miracle Fusion, and then with the plethora of targets, we'll be able to Miracle Fuse into another Elemental Hero. So that's just a bunch of damage that way. Now a couple side deck options to think of. Twin Twister, Harpy's Feather Duster, and we want to go second, so Pankratops is still very good. So definitely in the side deck, you want to have a ton of Spell and Trap removal. Spell and Traps are starting to get used again by most of the decks. Cybernetic Overflow, Sky Strikers is pretty big, so stuff like that. You want to actually be able to make sure you can deal with that, because the heroes themselves aren't able to deal with that. That's just a couple of side deck options, and that's about it for that. Alright guys, so that's it for the budget deck. Like I said, I do feel like this version is better than the last one I made a while ago, actually, like over a year ago. But you let me know what you guys think, and I really do believe if your deck can play Super Poly, you 100% should be playing Super Poly. A friend convinced me of that. I tried it, I'm like, wow, Super Poly is actually a game changer and a lifesaver. So that's gonna be it for me, guys. So make sure if you guys like the video, make sure you leave that like, and if you want to see more videos, make sure you guys are subscribed so you do not miss out. And so that's it for me. So peace out.